investor B says, I'm going to do short-term rental. I'm going to put this property on Airbnb. Okay. And what ends up happening now, when they do a cost segregation, which all that is accelerating depreciation. The IRS allows you to do this. So what this means is now the 500 and the building, okay, the IRS allows you to take out things that depreciate faster, like your toilets, your cabinetry, I don't know, molding, floor, things like that, things that they will consider short lives. And what that happens is in this scenario, they're allowing you 27% of the building to take it as a short life. That means $151,000 is going to be accelerated. What that means is instead of you taking that and dividing it over 27 and a half years, the IRS right now, after the big beautiful bill, is allowing you to take it in year one, the year you purchased, the year you placed it in service as an Airbnb. So now you're going to get $151,000 deduction. This is eligible for the 100% bonus depreciation. And the result is going to be that $151,000 deduction is in year one. So this is going to allow you to take that $151,000 deduction against your W-2 income. But you have to have it as a short-term rental. You have to have it as an Airbnb type of a property. Okay. This is why Airbnb blew up, is because we have doctors doing this. We have high earning W-2 attorneys doing this. We have the high, Google techs doing this, because that's how they're able to take $151,000 against their W-2. So not everyone can do this. There's rules you have to follow, but if you know the rules, then you can do it. If I tell you, hey, to get $151,000 deduction on your tax return, you're going to have to do this, this, and this, and you have a plan, then you go get it. If you want to be a duck, you got to quack like a duck, you got to walk like a duck, and you got to be yellow like a duck. And then before you know it, those are the exact steps that you take so that you can take a deduction like this against your W-2. Does that make sense?
So it does. And guys, like some of us will be like, well, how do I take advantage of this? Or my wife works per diem, and you have the accessibility. Right now, if you live in California, I'm just gonna make a generalization. Running Springs, Big Bear, a lot of these up there that have all these Airbnbs. Right now, as of today's reporting, the market is a completely a buyer's market. We have listings over there that are sitting a little bit longer. So if you're thinking about buying, now would be the time because you can buy something for like 350, 400,000, and make the passive income on Airbnb. You have luxury, you have goals there, and you can take advantage of these tax strategies of just lowering completely your tax bill, and if anything, getting money back every year. And now that all of a sudden just contributes more to another house, savings, or just taking your wife out type of things. Uh, does that all make sense today? Did I miss anything?
So, in this scenario, what would happen is if somebody was able to take that $151,000 deduction, and if they're making, say, 200,000, that's going to save them like over $55,000 in taxes, which is again what you need for the down payment on your next one. So this is how a lot of people build their real estate portfolios, is by creating these tax savings and then turning around and reinvesting them in more properties. It does take a little time. I don't want to say, oh, you just wave the magic wand, but you got to work with a team that's going to get you on that path in that direction so that you understand what you got to do to be able to do things like